You've reached MikNeg.
Call us best friends.
Call us crazy. Call us anytime.
This podcast is all about self-love, relationships, career, pop culture, and everything in between.
Grab your snacks and join the call.
Hello.
What's good in the hood?
What is up? We're back, guys. We're here. It's
We're
episode
back.
3.
Episode 3. Woo!
Are you ready? I'm so ready for it.
I'm so ready, Neg. This is going to be awesome. We're going to do our Boss Up series today. So we're going to be talking about all things work career related, specifically finding your passion, finding the right career for you. So
yeah,
us, it was marketing, but
I feel like a lot of people talk about content creators as, you know, like, how do you know to find your calling? How do you know what you like? How do you know, are you supposed to have a passion? And I feel like this is a very important topic.
Yeah. Like, are you supposed to be called to do that one true thing? Like, are you just made for one thing in your life? That's the way society puts it, at least. But to start off, we're going to start off the way we usually do, with 3 grateful things. And Neg, can you start us off today with 3 things that you're grateful for?
Oh my God, you're so putting me on the spot. No, I'm kidding. Okay.
It's like radio host. Here I am.
Next, start us up. Let's do
Start us off. Let's hear it.
So first of all, I've had a little break, and I just had the most amazing tomato pasta you could ever imagine. So props to my mom. I'm grateful for her, because that was
so gummy.
That was magic to my tummy. Like, literally, this was magic to my tummy. So I'm grateful. Because if there's one thing that keeps Neg going, it's good food.
And
all day,
croissants.
any day.
Yes.
And croissant.
And
forever
coffee.
And ever.
Yeah.
And coffee. You got me.
Yes.
Actually, you know what? If you wanted to give me only like croissant and coffee during the rest of my life, I would be happy just on that. I would probably be very heavy, but I
don't know if your body would thank you, but yeah.
Exactly.
That's not a lot of fuel.
It's okay. It's all my soul needs. So the second thing I'm very, 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 very grateful for is,
let's hear it.
I'm so grateful for my coworker Laura, because I would never ever...
Shout out to Laura.
I've
heard amazing things about Laura.
Laura is the most amazing person. She's so kind, so nice. You would love her. She's a Leo too, so, you know, just saying.
Oh my gosh. Amazing.
You know, she's so amazing, so polished, and it's so easy to work with her, and she makes my day-to-day so much easier, and makes my arriving to the weekend so much easier, because I feel like I would have so much more of a hard time without her. So thank you, Laura. I'm grateful for you. And
that's
the third
so sweet.
thing,
shout out, Laura.
Yo. The third thing that I'm very grateful for is I've been binging listening to folklore again. I had stopped for a little bit.
I stopped. I need to listen again.
I honestly will say, when you put it down and you pick it up again, it sounds amazing. Like, it sounds...
My God.
I feel like I've grown an acquired taste for that album that I had, like, that I definitely didn't have the first time I listened to it. I'm gonna be totally entirely honest. The first time I listened to it, I think I really almost cried, because I didn't like it. Like, I just, you know.
Seriously.
I know. I mean,
the first time I listened to it, I loved it. So I don't know.
The first time, there were some tracks where I was like, this probably is gonna be my top favorite track. Like, August is my favorite Taylor Swift song. But I feel that the second part of it took me a while to get used to it.
I have to agree. The first half of the album, the first time I listened to it, I actually really liked it. Because she hits it off with The One, right? And I remember I really liked that track.
The One is great.
But the second half,
it's so slow.
I really skipped it. I skipped it in the beginning.
Same. And
I was only listening to the first half for like weeks. And then I got into
the second half sounds, on first listen, sounds a lot like the same. Like this, it's almost like every track sounds the same.
It sounds very similar. It's hard to identify which is which, but yeah, the more you listen to it, the more you get into it. Like, I really got into it. until I played it over and over and over until I got sick of it, and I haven't listened to it for a while.
I'm so into it. Like I'm actually very much
beautiful.
more into the second half than the first half now, which is totally weird. And
that's funny,
say,
eh? Yeah,
it's the best background music for work because you know it's very calm. It's not kind of
beautiful.
like
Yeah, it won't distract you too much.
So
except for when August comes on and you'll sing along to it.
Oh my God, August is just like my life.
August is I love that song so much.
I know.
Yeah.
What are your 3 things, Mik? Tell us your 3 things.
Ooh, all right. Let's get down with this. First thing, it's a funny one.
Oh, you go
90 Day Fiancé. Because it's honestly such a hilarious show. It's very entertaining. I feel like the times that I get to watch 90 Day Fiancé are the times I look forward to in my week. Like at the end of a long day, I get to like watch some reality TV. I'm a reality TV girl though. Like I get in on like The Bachelor, The Bachelorette. I've watched so many reality shows before. Like I used to watch Kardashians all the time. I'm into like a bunch of TLC shows. Yeah. You don't like that?
I could get behind The Bachelor and even 90 Days Fiancé, but the fucking stupidity of the Kardashian, no thank you.
I see. Yeah. I feel you on that. I stopped watching Kardashians a while ago. Like I did get sick of it. They were becoming like irrelevant, I guess. And like,
totally
I don't know.
Irrelevant.
After a while, I just stopped watching. It wasn't for me. Yeah. And I like to watch reality TV. So 90 Day Fiancé is something I'm grateful for because it's just like a nice way to like unwind. And like, I don't have a TV and like, I don't spend a lot of time like watching movies and stuff like that. I don't know. I spend my time elsewhere. And so the times that I do get to like sit down and like just, watch something mindlessly, it's good. It's really nice. So 90 Day Fiancé, it's a good one. And then the other thing I guess that can kind of go with that is my favorite snack in the whole world, popcorn.
Oh, you go. Oh, I know. I'm on with
Neg is with me on this. We love our popcorn.
So with you. Yeah.
Like my favorite snack, it's so weird. My favorite snacks are popcorn and like popsicles. Like I don't know what it is. I love
I know you like popsicles, do you? It's true.
Like the fruity ones. The fruit ones and the Lifesaver ones. Yeah. So good. I think it's like real fruit or something. I love that. I love it. And so popcorn is something I'm really grateful for because it's honestly the best snack. It just like anytime I just feel like eating a snack, I'm like popcorn. Popcorn it is. Yeah, the answer is popcorn. Yeah.
You know what? I think we should call our sweet and salty series Popcorn with MikNeg.
Hey,
as in like it's time to snack. It's time to spill the popcorn.
Spill the popcorn, spill the tea. Yeah, I'm all about that actually. Neg and I have like a series, Sweet and Salty, where we're going to be talking about like pop culture and trends and media events, like different current trends, current events, and we're excited to get into that series soon. But popcorn with Mik and Neg, I kind of like that. Get your popcorn, guys. Yeah, it's cute.
Get your popcorn. It's time.
That's like one of our favorite snacks, so it's very on brand. It's very fitting.
Hands down. Yeah.
Hands down. All right, and then number three, I would say right now, grateful for my mom's advice. My mom, like I guess aside from
shout out to Karen.
Shout out to Karen, whatever. I feel like my mom, like she obviously really gets me. She knows me really well. And my mom and I have always been pretty close. And I'd say I've referenced before, like her, I don't know. She's always been like moral compass to me, like someone who I really look up to as someone who knows a lot and has good advice and lives by her advice. And she's just very selfless and very caring, and she's always looking out for other people. And I honestly think that she's a great role model for me. So I always enjoy her advice, and I do take it to heart. I do think that it's good advice. She thinks very wisely about things. So I'm very grateful for that. And that's my
From
three
what you've told
things.
me, she's always like, so she hits it in the nail, she
The
nails it
nail in the
every
head.
time, like the
I
nail in the
see.
head.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is one of those moments, guys. You see that I'm
Yeah.
clearly not like English is clearly not my first language, but
First language.
yeah, but she is so insightful, and she's so like,
Mm-hmm.
I really love the advice that she gives you. She has your best interest at heart always,
Yes, I truly believe that. Yes,
mm-hmm.
always, always. So tell me, what are your three?
Didn't I just said my three?
Oh my gosh. Am I like blanking on this? Oh wait, because you said pasta and stuff. Oh my gosh.
It's gonna be
How did I
hard.
mess that up? How did I mess that up?
I mean, I can say I love that Mik always.
I feel
love that
like
Mik always makes me laugh. Always forgets what my three things are great that I'm grateful for are.
That's
That
literally
just
how
shows
forgetful
she
I am
listens
right
to me
there.
so much.
Oh wow, that's really bad actually. That's really bad on me. I think it's because like for anyone who like doesn't know, Neg and I are like recording these episodes in bulk. So like we've
That's
already
true.
done like 2 episodes today, and I feel like I've heard grateful things all morning, and it's great. But I don't know, did you go yet on this episode or not? And I guess I just forgot. I just
It's just like,
I was like, I know I've heard them on
hard.
other episodes, but did I hear them on this episode?
I'm looking forward to like, us recording just one episode like a week, and we just have, we just
Clear mind
actually
on
have
everything.
like, very this week I'm actually grateful for this because this happened to me.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
bear with us, guys. We're just like trying to populate as much content as we can for you. So
Yeah, be prepared. Exactly.
It's coming.
It's coming. It's coming. But yeah, no, today we wanted to talk about career. So our series is called Boss Up. And these are the episodes where we're going to talk about all things career and work oriented. And I guess we'll kind of start it off by like what we do and how we got there. If you've listened to the past 2 episodes, you kind of have a gist of what we do, but we'll talk about it a little bit more. So yeah, Neg, do you want to start us off? Talk about your job?
Yeah. Okay. So as you guys, if you have listened to our episodes, like episode 1 and 2, you know that I've had a more kind of like traditional upbringing than Michaela has had in terms of like career. And all my life, it was very, you have to, go to business school. And after business school, you go to one of the big companies, like, kind of a multinational Fortune 500 kind of company. And you'll grow in there, and you'll basically have a very corporate-y kind of like way of working. And from very early on, I never felt like, I really felt like the alien, the elephant in the room. Like I felt like I didn't and I felt so self-conscious about it too. I felt, oh my God, those people just think I'm just stupid. It's just so clear. Like it's clear like water that I don't belong here. It's clear that they must think I'm an airhead. And I feel like I could have looked like an airhead, because at the end of the day, I really just didn't want to be there, right? I didn't want to be part of that.
Yeah, so, not your true passion.
I guess, yeah. So I guess that really kind of really ties into what we are saying at the end of the day, of the whole thing of like you're calling, what you're supposed to do, what people tell you to do, right? And after that, I moved to Canada. I went to fashion school, which is where I met Michaela. And I continued blogging, and blogging really went well for me. And I was very dedicated to me and to it. Yeah. And then in the end, I just snapped. I just completely snapped. And I went to work in tech, which is where Michaela and I are very different. She works in beauty, and I work in technology in a tech startup. And I do marketing there, which means I do pretty much everything. I touch email marketing. public relations, social media, campaign management. Like I do all the strategizing of all the campaigns that we do on, like, you know, the store. Honestly, there's just so much stuff that's happening on my day-to-day 9 to 5 that it's never the same, and that's why I like it at the end of the day. So yeah, that's for me, Mik. What about you?
Yeah, that's awesome. For me, like growing up and when it came to the topic of career, it was kind of like the world's your oyster, you know, do
Yeah.
whatever you feel pulled to, whatever
Yeah.
fuels you.
So
And
different.
honestly, it was awesome because my parents are both, I guess they're both entrepreneurs, but it's more so my dad.
Mm-hmm.
My dad had a dream to have a company from when he was like young. He wanted to do like his own thing. He grew up like his parents, like my grandparents, had their own business kind of thing too. So my dad was very much in that very motivated, driven, entrepreneurial, hard work type of mindset.
Yeah.
And when my mom got married to him, well, she kind of fell into that, and
Yeah.
she was very willing and able to help him and support him in his dream. So together they work together every day, and they have a business together. Uh, and that's, you know, that's been a really good example for me growing up, in that, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the hard work that they've put into it, and I've seen the behind the scenes of how stressful and how crazy it is to manage your own business, and
Business.
and everything that goes into it, and the sacrifices, because having a
Mm-hmm.
family and having a business is actually, it's very hard to manage, and I've seen the struggle
Yep.
firsthand. But
Mm-hmm.
I kind of grew up with that background, right? So for me, I saw how hard it was, but how rewarding it was. And
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I had the same passion and drive in me that my dad, I
Mm-hmm.
guess, had, in that
Yeah.
I was very ambitious and I wanted more for myself. And I
Mm-hmm.
knew that I was always a very creative person. And what was great is that like my parents have always been very encouraging, very supportive.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, anything and everything I've ever wanted to do, they've always supported me on. Like, I want to do
Supported.
singing
Yeah.
lessons, I do it. I want to enter a singing competition, they put me in. Like, you know, I want to go to musical theater camp, they put me in. Like, I think one time I tried playing soccer and it didn't work out for me, but
Oh
I
my
was
God.
always so much
Imagine
more
if that
the
went well. Imagine if that actually
no.
went well and now you would actually play
I
soccer. That
hated
would be
soccer. I always was
awesome.
the one. Oh no.
That
I
would be
always was the
awesome.
one who got kicked with the ball in the face. Like,
Oh
I always got the
no.
ball in my face and I hated it. I was afraid of the ball. I did not want anything to do with it. My brother is the sporty one. My brother is the one that's good at
Mm-hmm.
sports, and he's very athletic and he runs all the time and he works out all the time, and I don't. So
That's
that's
actually
fine.
very funny
We are
because
completely opposites that way.
for me, it's the opposite. When we were kids, my brother and I, my brother is the one who got to do soccer, and I really wanted to do soccer. Like, did I
Really?
tell you this? Like,
No.
I was obsessed with soccer when I was like a younger, like a baby, like a baby girl. And
Really?
I really wanted to do soccer and really to kind of
I
like
think
get some lessons. And my mom was like, if you do
really.
that, you're gonna have like big thighs. And she didn't want me to do that because of that. I
You're
know.
kidding. Oh
No,
my
I'm not
God,
kidding.
Neg, I
I really
never
wanted
knew
to do
that.
it. I really, really wanted to
I
do it.
never knew that, because
Yeah.
my parents, I think they put me in it because they wanted me to have extracurricular activities and meet kids outside of school. And they
Yeah.
wanted me to have hobbies. Like, they wanted me to have like passions and interests outside of school, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I was a kid who first of all, I was really shy. I was really quiet. So
Mm-hmm.
joining those activities were terrifying to me for that
Yeah.
reason. And then the second of all, like, if it was something that wasn't arts and crafts related, I
You
didn't
were
want
not
anything to
just
do with
interested. You were not
it.
impressed. You're like,
No,
get
I
off,
wasn't.
get off. Yeah.
Yeah, so I did soccer for, I think it was a couple of years even, and I didn't like
Yeah.
it. Every summer I hated it. I didn't want to do it. Um,
That was my dream.
really?
I was like, oh
Because
yeah.
this is the
And my
thing
brother
is
was
like,
so bad at it. Like my brother was like
oh,
terrible at it. And
oh,
he was like, why don't we just like put her in soccer and leave me alone so I don't have to do it anymore?
yeah.
You know, like it's so funny. Yeah.
And you still didn't get to play. Oh,
I
that's so
didn't get to
sad,
play.
actually. Oh
I know.
my God.
Yeah,
No
yeah, yeah.
way. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so our upbringings were pretty different then.
They're
Like, I
so
guess in terms of
different.
like mindset and career and
Yeah.
like, you know, what you're kind of taught about that. Yeah, for me it was like anything and
I
anything you wanted. You could dream it, Sure. Try.
You can get it. Yeah. I feel like our upbringing though are so similar in a way where I feel like I can recognize the same drive and the same ambition and the same, I want to go so far and I want to have so many dreams and I want to go after them. Yeah. And it's funny that you talked about, you know, like how you saw like your dad and then your mom and like the entrepreneurial like kind of habit is there. I feel like for me it's the exact same thing, because my dad was always like, you know, he's super entrepreneurial, he's super driven, he's super good at what he does, he's a superstar in his career. And I feel like I always looked up to him in that way, and I was always like, okay, I need to do big things too. But the problem when, you know, when you are expected to do a certain thing, the problem when someone writes a direction for you is that you don't know how to focus that drive and ambition that you have in doing things that actually resonate with you and what you actually want. So I feel like for a very large period of time, like a very big space of time, I felt like I had this ambition and this need to prove myself and this need to do big things. But at the same time, I didn't know how to do it in order to do stuff that resonated with me and that were focused in me and not what my parents wanted me to do or my like people in my university were doing.
Because there's a constant like back and forth there, like almost like a tug of war in your mind.
It's
you know,
two people. It's like
what
am I expected
do what I
to do
or what I'm expected?
Or what exactly? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So
that's very interesting for sure. And I guess like for me, I've obviously heard of other parents being hard on their kids or, you know, expecting them to be like doctors, lawyers, business people, like, you know, having those kinds of careers, which is very, you know, typical. But I don't know, I guess like coming from a small town, like it's not like there wasn't a lot of opportunity, but like it wasn't as worldly. Like it wasn't as like, I don't know, like it's not like we were in the city and like we knew all these like business people and these people. Successful people. I mean, there was successful people, but it was on a lower scale in my hometown. And I can't say that I knew people personally that were influenced to do certain things in their career or in their education. So I think just a totally different experience growing up and like the kinds of people that I was surrounded with and what the you know, what your goals could be or what your life could look like. It was all like, even like when I was in high school and doing like my co-op and I did it at a fashion boutique in my hometown. It was all pink and girly. We sold like dresses and like cutesy things. It was called Kitten's Den. So of course it was very girly, very up my alley. Cutie. And yes. And the owner of that boutique was very all like, it was like putting Pinterest quotes into real life. Like, do what you love. Like, you know, like fired, like you're the boss, like girl boss energy. Like all of my Pinterest quotes became reality because that was the things that were echoed in my life. Like my parents were saying, do what you love. My, you know, mentors were saying, do what you love. My teachers were like, there was a thing called career cruising. And we used to do these quizzes where, you know, it would spit out your, you know, ideal career based on your interests. And everyone, I believe, in that class I felt like, you know, do whatever pulls you, do what you're interested in. You want to enjoy your job. And that was something that was always echoed to me and something I really truly believed in because I wanted to enjoy my work and I wanted to be passionate about it. Yeah.
It's really great to have that kind of like echo that keeps repeating itself over and over again, because that means that you don't have that back voice is actually telling you to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For me,
it's like I was on a one train line to my
it's completely
dream.
Opposite, because I feel like and many times while, you know, I started blogging, I feel like there was a lot of people who started kind of like laughing at me because I started doing that. And it's like,
so
and for you, it's okay. Cause you know, it makes sense. It was on brand, you know, like you like pink, you always like things girly. For me, it was like, I was out of business school and suddenly I was blogging, fashion blogging. And I feel like at first, a lot of people were like, whoa,
where did this
what
come
is
from?
she doing? Like,
yeah, who does she think she is? Kind of,
like,
yeah.
What is she doing? And I've always had, even while I was blogging, this back voice at the top, like at the in my head, I was just saying, you're not doing well. You're just not.
Ooh.
Like, you are not, because you're supposed to be doing this.
You're not following you're
spending your time
path.
shooting in the street while you went to a big school. What are you doing? You know, it's just,
I see.
I feel like on top of all that self-doubt, I had that duality of my personality, which is like having done a more traditional kind of path and then being like, am I doing this right? Is this okay? You know what I mean? Is this okay? Like, am I allowed to do this? Is this too like off track? Like, is this, so this is why we had this idea to do this podcast, like this exact episode, is because your upbringing and mine are totally different, and even how we went about our careers and how we discovered new things and how we ended up landing on new projects is a totally different avenue. We took different paths. It's like we just
and it was interesting how you said like, the whole like putting yourself out there when you started blogging and people looking at that being like, oh, like you went to this huge like business school, what are you doing blogging? Like for me, like I feel like definitely I was always girly. I always loved fashion. I always showed up in dresses at school and people would look at me and make comments because I went to a small high school in the small town and they think that I'm like dressing up for prom or something every single day of the week. But anyways, but like I guess the only thing oh yeah, the tulle skirts. I did all that. The hunter boots, the bubble necklaces, the whatever else, I had it. Yeah, I did all that. But I guess the thing I can relate to on that is, when I started blogging, I knew that I was a very quiet kid, like a very quiet student, a quiet person. I didn't have a lot of friends in high school. I had maybe like one or two close friends. I didn't go to parties. I didn't hang out with people. I wasn't known as someone who was loud or who really expressed myself.
Oh my God.
Like I would be the last one to answer. Yeah. I never raised my hand in class. Like
only knew.
Yikes. But like for me, the blogging thing, it fit like my style, but like in order of having a voice and like, projecting myself on a platform, like, oh, look at me. Like, I feel like that was kind of unexpected in a way because I was so shy, because I was so quiet back then and reserved. But
it's funny because in a way, I feel like blogging really took me, what it gave me is the ownership of my persona. Like I feel like I was at school and I feel like people was underestimating me a lot. They were like, and maybe this is totally in my head. Maybe this is me believing, like kind of doing negative self-talk and be like, everybody thinks you're stupid. Just go away, but I felt like I was very underestimated and I felt like no one really knew me. I just felt no one did. Like I felt that I was
the real Neg.
No one knew the real Neg, and I feel like blogging gave me the platform to be the real Neg. This is who she is, and doing it as loudly as I could do it. So it's like, do you get it now? Do you get it? This is who I am. This is what I stand for.
So, here she is.
Here she is.
Breaking
and
out.
it was in a way, blogging to me was this sense of breaking out of the box. It was this sense of really getting a voice, to really owning my voice for the first time. And did I know I was gonna do that? Absolutely not. I had no idea. Like it was born out of, I'm gonna say it the way it is. It was born out of a heartbreak. I just like was so heartbroken that I couldn't do anything else, let alone meet another boy. Like I was just so heartbroken and I was just so lonely and nothing was making me happy. Fashion did make me happy. It always did. So that's what I did.
Turn to writing.
It's just crazy.
Did you always know that you were a good writer before blogging?
No.
Really? That's interesting. No. So you found something that, was your true calling, something you're really, really good at.
I actually have been journaling. Like I have old journals, like literally the same way that I have a journal today, since I am probably 14.
Wow.
So I have them literally in Toronto, like my old journals, like with all my 14-year-old thoughts, you know. But writing, I always loved writing. I always do it when I'm sad, but I never thought, I still don't think I'm good at it, you know? Like for real, I still don't think I'm good at it. Yeah, 100%. I think
that's interesting.
It's easy for me to do it. That doesn't mean it's good. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. But I mean, like you said before as well, I mean, you can like spit stuff out that, you know, is very effortless to you, and someone can read it and go, that's amazing, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
So it's something, it's a natural talent. It's something that might not seem like a big deal to you, but other people who might not be, that might not come as naturally, that's a gifted talent, you know? That's real right there, you know?
So.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, so I guess a lot of people when they're like starting out, you know, they're, you know, choosing where they want to go to college, go to university, they have to kind of narrow down like a topic or a field of interest that they want to study. Even after you graduate college and university, where do you go next? Like, what kind of job do you want?
What do you
do?
For
you, like, I know like we both fell into marketing. How did that look for you? Like, what made you realize or know that marketing is the field that you want to be in? Like, do you feel like you had like an aha moment, or you always were drawn to it?
So it's funny because, as I said, you know, like I feel like I always fell into places by mistake, you know, like just by chance, you know. And that's where you and I are different. I just fall, and you just plan to fall, you know.
I'm a planner.
So, you plan to fall, so you plan the fall.
Yes, that's very true.
But for me, I'm just like being kicked off the plane. You jump with the, you know, with the all the and stuff.
Yes, yeah, I'm very prepared.
I feel like it's us in a metaphor, but
that is a good metaphor.
I feel like in a way, I realized marketing was my thing because it was the only thing that I liked at school. I mean, you know, I was like for me at school, it was a lot of finance. We talked about it. It's a lot of finance, a lot of math, lots of like, you know,
so data. You realized in classes that marketing was something that you were naturally interested in.
It's funny because in school it's known to, in my school it was known to have like, and I'm sure it's pretty similar in a lot of places, but you're known to feel more inclined towards one or another, you know, and in the end, you know, you clearly have the people that are ending up consultants, and then you clearly have the people that are gonna do finance. And I was clearly a person that was gonna do neither of those two. So I was gonna do marketing. That's what was gonna happen. So the luck that marketing has is that it can be everything. Marketing can be literally everything. So what about you? How did you know you would fall in marketing?
I mean, like you already said, like I'm a planner. So
you're a planner.
It's funny because I knew from such a young age, like what I knew I was interested in. I knew I was creative. And like in high school, I found fashion. And as soon as I started learning about the fashion industry and the different things that you can do, and I guess also going to fashion school and like getting those hands-on kind of courses where I was learning like Adobe Suite, and I was learning about social media and digital marketing and, you know, those kinds of things. And even doing like my internships, like those kinds of experiences. And the blogging thing was huge because that was like a whole other avenue of creation in itself, where I realized that I love social media and marketing, stuff like that. So I feel like it was a really, you know, organic process in coming to the realization of what exactly I wanted to do in my career.
Yeah.
And I knew I wanted to be in a fashion beauty industry. And I knew that I wanted to be doing something creative where I can be, you know, taking photos and writing captions and writing blogs and stuff like that. So I honestly, I love the content creation process. I love idea generating. I love discussing these trends with other marketing professionals.
Yeah.
I think it's so fun. I work with an intern at work. I always hire an intern for, a period of time, and I absolutely love working with them. Going back to relating it back to like my experiences, like being an intern and, not sure what I wanted to do exactly.
Yeah.
But being so passionate about it and having fun learning along the way. And I just love that I can be a part of their journey and like, be that, I guess,
help
mentor
them.
to them.
Yeah.
Because I've had so many mentors in my life that I'm so thankful for. One in particular. And I just think of the way that she treated me and how she really helped me get into what, like really believing in what I wanted and helping me understand and know what I want and what I'm capable of, and just believing in me and supporting me. I really want to be that to other people as well. So
That's great,
I
Mik.
see that. Yeah, I see that in like my interns. So that's been a really good thing for me. And yeah, I guess just a really slow growth, really slow journey to get to the point of me being like, yeah, like marketing is where I want to be.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I feel like that's exactly why we decided to come up with the podcast, which was, oh my God, we want to help, we want to mentor, we want to help people grow,
100%.
Right? And here's the thing, I feel like your step, like your way was a building, like it's almost like, when you build a house, like it was like brick after
start with the foundation and then it's like,
But at the end of the day, I feel like your house makes so much sense, you know what I mean? And it's pink, of course.
Everything is pink in that house. Yeah.
Mine has a brick of every different color, like shades of black. Like it's very kind of.
But I feel like that makes you very interesting, and you have a lot of different background that you bring to the table.
Of course, which is why at the end of the day, again, we say it, this is why we wanted to have that conversation, because the way you found your path and the way I found my path is completely different. You found it because it was born out of your passion. Mine was born out of frustration that I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be this. I don't want to be like everybody else. I want to have my own voice, and I want to have my own thing. And in the end, I fell into blogging, and I feel like I fell into blogging so effortlessly in a way where I didn't force it. I didn't put any expectation. I didn't think in a million years that I would go as far as I went. Never. Why? Because I didn't put the effort in. I didn't think that was something that I wanted.
It's so crazy. And it's funny because you said to me, this was a week or so ago, maybe you would reference Steve Jobs and, connecting the dots, how he had went to this calligraphy class or whatever. And then it ended up being so monumental in the design and the elements and the aspect of Apple. And I listened to his whole speech or whatever, and I thought it was very interesting. It is. Yeah, it honestly really is. And I know that you've referenced in your own journey how, it connects the dots.
It does.
When you look back, you're like, I don't know how I ended up in tech, but somehow I did. And
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's such a cool thing to be able to look back and be like, you know what, this all kind of as much as it didn't make sense, it kind of makes sense now.
It does make sense now. And at the end of the day, I feel like I ended up in there realizing this is what I want. I love this. I love creating. I love writing. I love taking pictures, I don't think you know that, but I've been taking pictures since I'm very, very young. And
I love that. Me too.
It was my thing.
Disposable camera, little tiny digital cameras, anything I could get my hands on. My dad used to say, take a picture of everything. Yeah.
I know. And
I love it too. I love it too.
It was just very kind of, okay, I'm doing this now. I'm doing photos. I have to edit. I have to write. And then it became this whole thing that I branded over the time. But at not one point I planned this. I didn't plan this. It happened. You know what I mean?
It happened, yeah.
I never said to my parents when I was doing university, being like, okay, but when I'm over, I'm blogging. Never, ever. It just ended up happening.
Right. It just happened. Yeah. It wasn't like you were like, as soon as I'm done this, I'm getting on a blog.
I'm doing a blog and I'm going to call it like this. No,
it's almost it's almost like rebelling against what, you were meant, what they wanted you to do. And then now it's like, totally I'm going to do my own thing now.
It was totally that. Honestly, it was just like,
I did what you wanted me to. Now it's my turn.
It's my turn. And I feel like this is a very me thing to do, to really kind of be like, well, F you, I'm going to do what I want to do. And like, you know,
but I mean, it does speak to you a lot, because even in, you know, you did what you had to do. You persevered. You didn't give up. You didn't fail. You didn't quit. You didn't say, you know, whatever to this and move on without finishing it. You finished it. You made sure you followed through.
It. Yeah,
exactly. You made sure you followed through, and then you were able to start your own chapter.
Which is why I feel like it's very important for me to say, from my own experience, to anyone that kind of like wants to be like, I want a passion, I want to have a calling, I want to know what I want to do. You know, it's okay if you don't right now. It's okay if you know what you love. A lot of people
don't know. Yes.
No, and that's totally fine. And I truly believe that through your own experiences and through your own path, life always kind of, and I know it's kind of like cuckoo to say that, you know, like very kind of leaving it to the spiritual and stuff, but life always kind of leads you unexpectedly to the where you're supposed to go, always. And
very true.
It's very important. And
you never know what's going to happen in an hour, tonight, tomorrow, in a week. Like you never know. Opportunity knocks at the most unexpected times. You never know. And I wanted to bring up something too that we've talked about before. You had mentioned, you know, like, you know, a lot of people struggle with like, I don't know, you know, what my passion is. I don't know what to do. Are you supposed to have like a one calling? But there are also people that have many different talents and many different interests.
So true.
And like someone like you who, you know, you recognized all these different things in yourself, aside from working in tech. You know, you're doing the bullet journaling, you love writing, you know, like you're into reading. All these different reading books. There's so many things that you know, you're interested in.
I'm into
and that you love doing. So like, you know, in terms of future, or like if it was even like a younger version of yourself that has all these things, like how do you know which one to gravitate to? Like how do you know which one is your thing? And do people only have one thing that they go after? Like society puts it away that, you know, you're supposed to, from a young age, be interested in this one thing, and that's your one thing that you go after, and then you go to school and you graduate and you go out and you do that job, and that's the way it should be, because you should just know what you want to do. And that's not how it is for a lot of people.
I think it's so wrong. Like, I think, I don't know. I feel, first of all, I think that we all completely change, evolve. Our tastes change.
Oh, we're constantly changing.
Without, we're reinventing ourselves every possible. Like, if I told you like how many times I reinvented myself since, you know, I got off school, it's absolutely insane. But like, what I'm saying here is that, did I ever thought I would do a podcast with you like 4 years after? Where, you know, and
I never thought I'd be a podcast girl.
No, like, of course not. No.
I never thought I'd have enough to say.
Did I ever think I would be into bullet journaling when I was your age? No, not even.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Stuff land on your lap over time. And it's important to not put pressure on when those things are supposed to land on your lap. And I think that, you know, as I said, I knew I liked fashion from very, very early on, but did I know this would materialize the way it did? No, absolutely didn't know. And did I put pressure on myself to make it materialize? I didn't care. It just ended up happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel also not every passion is supposed to be a career. Enough with that.
That's
like,
true.
Come on.
That's true. You're allowed to have hobbies just to have hobbies for fun. Exactly.
And it's important to kind of actually protect those hobbies, because if you put something and you try to monetize it and you try to make it your life, you need to know that really hard times are going to come with, you're going to sacrifice making this thing out of fun purely. It's not going to be fun only anymore. You know what I mean? So are you willing to put something that really makes you feel full and makes you feel great and put added stress on it? You know, if you are, do it. But know that you're going to have tons of doubts. You're going to have tons of not knowing what to do. You're going to have tons of like roadblocks, you know, and it's frustrating. Yeah.
Definitely. Were there times in, I guess, early on in your job and whatever else in marketing that you like doubted yourself or wondered like, is this really the right path for me?
um Let's start with you. I think I should ask you this. Have you doubted yourself? Yeah? You doubted yourself about
100%.
marketing?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I think I've
About
doubted
marketing?
myself on basically everything in my life. But
Same.
yeah, when it came to work, yes. When I graduated fashion school, I was very focused to get a job.
Yeah.
And luckily, thankfully, I don't know how this happened, but first interview I
Oh,
went
come
to, I
on.
I got the job, and it was crazy. First full-time job, and it was before I got the job, before I even had my graduation ceremony. Which was the
Yeah.
goal. Like I wanted to work as soon as I was done classes. So I did that, and it was crazy. So I feel like, and we talked about this, I think, in the last episode. It's just like my age. Like I started when I was really young. I started working when I was 21. So I don't know,
Yeah,
like, and the
you
life
did.
experience and like just, I don't know. I had like, like one internship, I think, at that time. And yeah, it was just like, I was really throwing myself into it. And I really saw things through like rose colored glasses. Like I really
You
just thought
did.
things would be easier than it was. And I didn't
Oh
realize
yeah.
how much responsibility and how like difficult a full-time job could really be. Like I've
Hmm.
always been told that I'm really great at time management, I'm really organized, but
You are.
I struggled at my first job to
Oh
keep these things
yeah.
together, like basic things, right? And this was like a startup company, and things were
Hmm.
very pretty fast paced, but they didn't think it was, but I thought it was because it was like my first job, and like I was like felt like I was like thrown to the wolves here.
And you were so
And
young too. Like you were
yeah, I
so
was
young.
young, and like I said, like I really
Yeah.
saw things differently back then. Like I just looked at it like, oh, like I'm a marketer. Like I have my pink pen and
Woo!
my
I
pink
made it.
agenda, and I made it. Like no,
Oh my
that's not it
God.
at all. So I feel like, and also the job that I was doing was not my skill set. I was
Yeah.
put in charge of the website, so I was doing like back end stuff and coding, and I was
No
googling everything.
way.
Yeah, like I had no idea what I was doing, and it was like a simple, like, WordPress website, but I wasn't familiar with WordPress, and I had to learn all these different things, and they wanted obviously it to look nice and there to be updates and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And honestly, I
Hmm.
just felt a lot of pressure because I felt like, oh, like I'm in charge of this whole website that this brand has, and like I just felt so
Yeah.
much
Hmm.
responsibility and pressure. And I had a hard time even coming up with like good ideas because I felt so much anxiety all the time, like, and so much pressure.
Hmm.
And like I said, like I was young, I saw things differently. I
Yeah.
wasn't able to perform under pressure when I needed to. And that job, it didn't end up working out. And when it didn't work out, I literally looked at myself as a failure. I thought, maybe
Yeah.
marketing is not for me.
Hmm.
Maybe I am meant to have a cushy job
I
and
remember
not,
that
you know,
actually.
I was really upset. I thought, like this is it for me. I thought all
I
of these things of
remember.
myself before. I thought I was going to do great. I thought I was going to be successful, whatever that is. And
And
yeah, it didn't turn out that way at my first job.
I
And I
remember
felt
telling
so
you,
down on myself.
I remember telling you, are you kidding me? You are the most marketing
That's what
meant
you
for
told me.
marketing.
I
I remember
remember. I
because
remember.
you
And I
have so
didn't
many
believe it.
skills.
I
I
thought,
know. You
I didn't believe it
what
because
is
I
she
know.
saying? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
know.
know.
I
Because
know.
you have so many skills that are
But it was
so
so funny because even at that job with it not working out, it came to the point where like it was a mutual thing. Like it wasn't working for me, it wasn't working for
yeah.
them. We had a conversation. It was dealt with. I decided they had put me in touch with another job, whatever. Like I was moving on to other things, which is where I am now at Masquerade. But
Yeah.
what was kind of cool, what came out of that experience was the company, the one that I had my first job at, also a beauty brand. And I was, like I said, doing their website stuff while I worked there. But
Yeah.
after, they actually hired me back to do some other work. and it was photography. They wanted me to do like lifestyle shoots for their social media pages.
Which is your thing.
Help with it, which is my thing. And I did it. And my boss came to me, the same one that told me that I might not be made for marketing. She says, Michaela, I'm so sorry at what I said. You know, like you're going to do great. This is your thing. And like, that was very revelational to me, because I thought like, because it all makes sense. Like, of course, like I wasn't doing what I knew I was good at. It wasn't something I enjoyed. It was something that stressed me out.
And there is a thing too. I'm sorry, but as a boss, you don't tell someone that they're not meant for something. You know, it's normal that you know, it's normal that you grow. It's normal that you grow into that you're not going to be great for your first job. Everybody learns. You have a learning curve.
And
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think also it's just like the way that I took it. Like I took it like I'm not good enough for this industry.
You did. I remember that.
Yeah. And I think what she was trying to say is just that, you know, based on my experience and like my age, which, you know, shouldn't be a factor, but you know, she learned how old I was, and, you know, her, I guess, suggestion was that I just needed some more experience, like internship, like, you know, something else. And the way it came off to me was like, I'm doomed. Like I'm a failure. Like that was what I thought. And that's not it at all. That's not it at all.
It's not. It's really not.
It was about finding what was, you know, really.
It was about finding a fit. You needed a fit.
Yeah.
And you were not a fit there.
Exactly. It's all about finding the right fit. And like that job, it taught me a lot. Honestly, I learned so much. I worked with great people, and I, like, you know, it was overall a very, very good stepping stone to where I am now, because I wouldn't be where I am now without that job. Like my boss at that job was the one who connected me to the job that I'm at now.
Yeah.
So I've got to be thankful for that. And that was, honestly, it was meant to be. And yeah, just very, very thankful for that experience and what I learned from that.
Honestly, you know what? I feel like it's really funny because here again, it just talks about, you know, you're just being led. Like, you know, you have obviously your doubt along the way, but you're being led to like the final point.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like
the door's open. Like it's you just have to be patient.
You just have to go there.
Of course.
Yeah, I think
the
that
process.
It's important. Trusting the process is a huge part of it,
and I have struggled with.
I know you do, because
every person in my life tells me that you need to trust the process.
Trust the process.
I used to work in retail. Retail at a.
It's a very annoying thing to hear. You need to trust the process. Trust your mother. Like, what are you saying?
Yeah. What are you saying exactly?
Stop Pinteresting me. Like, don't Pinterest quote me, okay? Like,
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah,
that too.
It's
I
very
used
annoying.
to work retail, and like even my bosses in retail, like I don't know what it was. Like maybe I was just like super anxious about everything all the time. I was like, when I was younger, I think I had a hard time with life in general. And that did show in my work. And, you know, even working retail, like I remember like my bosses being like, are you okay? Like, just trust the process. Just one thing at a time here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I mean, ever since, you know, hanging out with Neg more and stuff, I feel like I'm a much more chill person. Like I used to be very uptight.
You grew so
very
much.
Uptight. Everything. I need to know what was going on at every single second. I didn't want anything to change. If you change plans with me, it's the end of the world. Like
here it is though. It's funny because I feel like we did a reverse a little bit. I feel like I always grew kind of like, you know, like being on that boat and just like sailing wherever I sail, you know, and then seeing it. And it's funny because you're asking me, you know, like did you know what to do with those things, or did you know where to go, what to do? Did you know that marketing was your thing? And at the end of the day, what I knew I needed is experience. You know, I have very clear what I like. I like marketing. I like fashion. I like branding. I like editorializing stuff. I like strategizing campaigns. I like taking photos. I like, you know, I like I like storytelling. Storytelling is my thing.
Yeah, I knew 100%. I know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, I didn't set any milestones for me. I didn't set I have to land on a job that's in fashion, whatever. I just let the boat sail me wherever I get.
Its course.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, I know I am meant to create something that's very aligned with who I am.
Yeah.
aligned with my passions, aligned
Right.
with whatever I'm supposed to do, right? But I also
Right.
know I need to grow into being that person. I know that the person that's going to do her business is not the person I am today. I know that I need
Yes.
those experiences. That's why when, I
Yeah. To
landed
shape you to what you need to be
to
in the
shape you to
future.
what you need to
Yeah.
be and learn so much. We talked about my tech job, and my tech job taught me
Mm-hmm.
so many skills. I could not even be grateful enough for how much it taught me. It taught me calendarizing. It taught me like email marketing, PR. It taught me even like, doing some basic coding on email templates, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It taught me that if I had a trouble on my website, I'm capable of fixing it alone. It taught me so
Yeah.
many
Yeah.
little tiny things that today are very handy to me in every little aspect of my life. Is this what
Yeah.
I wanted to do? No. I'm working for an app for sports teams. I do not know shit about sports teams. Okay, I do not. Okay, I do not know anything about
Coming from a
soccer. I
girl
do
who
not know.
never got to play soccer.
Never, like, not
Yeah.
hockey, not nothing. And I ended
Oh
up
my
there, and yet
gosh.
it was the biggest learning experience of my life. And it taught me also that if you have something that you're very passionate about, if you have something that really fuels you, just do
Mm-hmm.
things. Just
Mm-hmm.
start somewhere. It doesn't
Yeah.
it doesn't need to be a Fortune 500 company. It doesn't need to be something that's, really kind of, tons of followers. You just need to start doing something.
Yeah.
You just need to
Yeah.
start writing a post, taking a picture. Whatever you do, whatever fuels you, just
Yeah.
start somewhere. Period. Do not
Exactly.
do not give up on that part. I gave up on that part of myself, and I feel
Mm.
very, I
Don't
feel
hold
split.
yourself back. You're your own worst
Yeah.
enemy. And what is Nike's got the best slogan? Just do it.
Just do it. Yeah.
That's
So
right.
at the end of the day, it's just like I don't doubt myself on that end. I don't doubt that this is not what I should be doing. I don't doubt
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
there's not a moment where I ended up in my job, and I'm gonna be honest, there was not one time where I was like, did I choose the wrong job? Because I know that eventually this job is what's gonna lead me to being the Negin that gets to start what
Exactly.
she needs to
Because even
start,
if it's
you
a
know?
stepping stone, it's needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
talk a lot about, lots of, big ideas of finding what you want and stuff, but no
S-
one talks about what you have to do to get there. What you have to
Yeah.
do to get there is get experience on whatever you can take.
Yeah.
Eat the experience up, because tomorrow you're going to be able to come out of this with not only skills but networks, and also, like you will have had a tons of like experience that really shaped you on that work situation, that's going to be able to kind of guide you, into
Yeah.
doing what you want. And honestly, if you are, for example, how do you call that, a pianist, and you're just like doing, like you're doing finance, I would tell you maybe you're a little bit off key, like you're not in the right industry. I think that the good thing is that I'm in an industry that leads me to knowing what I want to do, leads me
Yeah.
to get skills that are going to be good for what I want to do.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, I know
Yeah.
I want to do a brand. I know I want to help people. I know I want to mentor people. I know I want to,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
be a voice, a strong voice. And
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm being a voice in my job, even though it's not the kind of voice I want to be. Hey, sports teams, you know what I mean? So, um, yeah,
But
I
it's
feel like
all
I
about
doubt.
like supporting family because you're raising money so the kids can play sports, right? So, and
Exactly.
like that's
Shout
what
out
it's
to
all
Flip
about.
Give.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so
But
like
like,
in a way, you're contributing, you're helping, you're working
of
on something that's
course.
a bigger picture
Yeah.
and that's meaningful to a lot of people out there. You might not be, a mother with kids who's trying to put her kids through sports or
Oh,
whatever,
trust
but
me. I am a mother with kids during my 9 to 5. My name is Martha. I have like 3
ah,
kids, one in
yeah.
soccer, one in baseball, one in hockey. No, I'm kidding.
All
But
right, all
like,
right. You're really tapping into the customer, yeah.
yeah, you have to in
You have
marketing.
to.
Here's
In
the thing.
marketing, you do.
You
You
do.
yep,
So,
those
yeah,
psychoanalytics and everything.
it's just
Yeah.
very funny. It's
Yeah.
just at the end of the day, it's helping me. If I have any doubts, was probably myself. I
Yeah.
think that,
Yeah.
dude, during the first year, I honestly thought every single day they're gonna fire me. They're gonna fire me. At
This
some
girl,
point, they're gonna fire me.
I can second that because I kept hearing it. They're gonna fire me. What
They're
do you mean
gonna
they're gonna fire you? What did you do? Like, I heard that so many times.
I know they're gonna
countless times.
I know it's scary. It's really scary, but
it is scary.
I guess that by doing and just doing and doing and doing, and I think that my
showing up, improving yourself, and you know, the learning element as well, showing that you've learned. I mean, even when you say like, you know, look how far you've come in terms of organization. That's not who you used to be years ago, right? When you started. And you know, you said you can thank your boss for that. Well, there you go.
100%.
That's, you know, a valuable skill that you learned at work, and
who has a
something
business
you'll take
without
with you
knowing
forever.
Yeah, who has a business without knowing how to calendarize, without knowing how to project manage, without you know all those skills? So if you don't know what you're doing, guys, here's my my advice. Honestly, just do things. Do things. Like, do things. Do not stop yourself. Do not stay on your couch and just like wait for things to happen to you. Just get practical. Learn more. And that's it.
I second that. Like, like, I don't know, for example, like, you want to start a podcast, you want to make your own song,
do it.
You want to start a blog, you want to learn a new language, just do it. Just get on there and do it. Like, there's so many resources, there's so many ways you can learn, there's so many things on like YouTube, online, you know, lots of articles you can read.
And don't put too much pressure on yourself too. And if you really don't know if you have zero idea, because I feel like Michaela and I had the advantage because we both knew that we wanted to do fashion and stuff. Just, you know, just get curious, you know, like,
because I think the thing too, and like maybe you can relate more than me, but the whole like perfectionist side, like in terms of being a creative, like if you're trying to do a project, you know, and you feel like you have to get it perfect. You don't. Because just do it. Just write it. Just paint it. Just get it done. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's, you know, there's a lot of things you learn in the process of just doing it. And, you know, like, and even like practicing your creative skills or, you know, whatever skills, constantly putting that into practice is really key.
Here's the thing. Before working in that tech company, I was very kind of, you know, perfectionist. I won't put a blog post if I'm not sure it's absolutely perfect, or anything for that matter. And I think that's one of the reasons why I stopped blogging too, because I felt like I couldn't be perfect anymore because I was working so much on the side, right? But my boss is much more of a person who's like, don't reinvent the wheel. Get it done. You know what I mean? Like, get it done. Get it done. And when you meet someone who really pushes you to be efficient and not as, you know, centered around making every corner perfect, you learn that as long as you're doing something, just put it out. Just do something. Just do it good. It's better do something consistently and doing it good than having one thing every 2 years that's perfect. You know what I mean? It's better if you're consistent and you have a cadence and it's good and it's polished than just doing one perfect thing every time you feel like it. Like, you know, it's perfect, you know?
Agreed. That's some good advice right there. Very good advice.
We're like so good at giving advice.
I feel like Neg is good at advice.
You're so good at advice too. What are you talking about? You're great.
I mean, I can give advice based on experience, you know? I can give some advice to an extent, I guess.
No, that's not true. She's really being modest over here, I'm telling you. But yeah, no, I feel like it's very it's a hard topic, right? Because I feel like you were very blessed to know and have a definite kind of passion, you know?
Yes. Honestly, I feel very lucky that I knew from so early on what it was that I was passionate about and what I wanted to work toward, because it gave me a lot of time to plan, and I'm a planner. So it gave me a lot of time to, you know, organize myself and prepare myself in what I really wanted. And like I said, it was a slow, gradual journey, but it was very organic and it's led me to where I am now. And I'm very thankful for that. And, you know, maybe this is just a stepping stone and there's bigger and better things ahead. And I can't wait to see, you know, what else life will throw at me.
I think that, you know, for people that actually don't have anything, that don't know at all, just like learn, like just go out there and start doing new things. I feel like doing new things is a great way to find something you're really passionate about. And
like take a dance class or like, I don't know, go to like try new food and like meet different people. Yeah. Do things like that. Travel. Yes. Yeah. Well, not now because it's a pandemic, but
yeah, you can travel now. Just like, or even, you know, when you meet people that are very passionate, try to surround yourself with people that are very passionate, because passion fuels fashion. Passion fuels fashion, meaning that if you meet passionate people, you will really feel like the passion kind of like, how many times I'm going to say passion, but like the passion just gets into you as well. And you feel like that drive and that motivation to really kind of try
it will rub
to
off
do something
on
good.
You.
It does. It really does rub off on you. So
passion
find the right energy to surround yourself with and really dive into newness, you know?
Yes, dive into newness. And then surround yourself with people who support your, you know, individuality and wanting to, you know, try new things. Like people that are really supportive of your new endeavors and will be there for you, you know, because you need those cheerleaders in your life. You don't want someone who's going to, you know, judge you or put you down because of, you know, certain things that you want to do, because you should be able to try new things without any of that.
Yeah, overall, also trust the process. That's a huge one.
Yeah.
Just don't put expectations. Just trust, you know, like don't put expectations.
Fall into it. It's like that trust fall on life.
No, fall into it with some kind of, you know, like with some time kind of like planification, meaning that you fall into it, and if you know that this is not good for you, then you walk away, you know. Don't stay somewhere because
your gut will tell you. You'll have a gut feeling like if it's right for you or not, for sure.
Yeah. These are really good advice. Look at us.
This is really
third episode.
Episode 3. How are we feeling about episode 3? Let us know. Okay, we'd love to hear your feedback if you're ever on our Instagram page, or if there's any way that you can leave feedback on the podcast. I think on YouTube they'd be able to comment and stuff. But yeah, let us know what you're thinking of the podcast so far. Yeah, DM us. We're always open for DMs and conversation. So slide into those DMs. Make sure MikNeg chats. Yes. Yeah, make sure you're following us on social. So we're at Call Us MikNeg on Instagram, at Persian Brunette, and at Michaela Kewen, our personal Instagrams. And you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you're following us on Spotify and all the streaming platforms.
Everywhere. Just follow everywhere.
Follow us everywhere. Well, whatever one that you listen to. But yeah, if you're on many of them, follow us on all of them. All everywhere. Of the platforms, just everywhere.
Ring all the bells.
Yeah, ring
the
all
notification bells.
Notification bell. You want to turn that on.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys. If you've stuck around this long, we really appreciate you. And yeah, we really want to hear your feedback on what you think so far. We're enjoying these chats and we hope that you're enjoying listening to them.
Yay. You did that really wonderfully, Mik.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Like co-host appreciation. What? You're the best, Mik.
You're the best. And guys, you're the best too. You're going to kill it this week. Everyone have an amazing, fabulous week.
Go there. The world is your oyster. Own it. Be it. Feel
Trust
it.
Trust the process. Remember to try new things. And yeah, we hope that you got something out of this episode. So cool.
You're the best.
You're the best.
Bye.
Peace.